Hey, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. This will be my Q2 Empties video, which is so exciting. So this will be for the months of the second half of April through the end of June, because I filmed my Q1 empties a little bit late because I was moving at that time. So this will be for 2.5 months, and the numbers are of course lower than last year because last year I feel like I was just going through products rapid fire, especially because I had the beauty bank and I pretty much went through all of the rest of my minis that I had last year. So I started the year with pretty much only full-size items. So I do have less on average empties than last year, but I'm still very happy with what I was able to finish. I've worn makeup every single day that I can the entire year so far. So yeah, I'm excited to show you what I have. The first item is kind of a makeup empty, kind of not. It just kind of depends on how you look at it, but I don't really care about specifically categorizing my beauty items this year because I'm not even doing a beauty bank anymore. So just disclaimer, you might not consider this to be makeup, but I use this as a primer. This is the e.l.f. Skin Sun Touchable Whoa Glow sunscreen in the shade Sunbeam. So yeah, it's all done. This was in my I kind of just use these anyway because, as I've been saying so many times lately, I feel like I'm just getting repetitive at this point, but I like to wear sunscreen in my makeup because I tend to forget or skip sunscreen if it's an extra step, and I really like the finish that these Whoa Glow sunscreens give me specifically. And I pretty much always get these minis in almost every single e.l.f. order that I make, and I order from e.l.f. like every 3 months because I buy those jumbo makeup removing balms, and every time this is an option I get it. So anyway, just all that to say, I really love these, and I went through this very easily. It only took me like maybe 3 weeks. This was in my graveyard project pan, by the way. I probably should have said this. I'm no longer doing that project. It's just like I got overwhelmed, and I hit all of my goals except for one by like when I was gonna do the first update anyway. So I was like, there's no point, I'm continuing this anyway. So yeah, I'm not doing that project anymore, but just so you know, I did meet my goal on this, which was to finish it. And then I'll just go over the other 2 makeup products that were in that project that I did finish. The first one is the one that is on my lips right now. I'm just wearing it for the last day today, but this is most definitely what I would consider to be an empty. This is the Atomic Makeup liquid lipstick in the shade Keepsake. The doe foot is basically completely dry. In fact, I had to go over my lips 6 times just to get full opacity. If you can see like how much window, I feel like it's not showing up on camera very well, but basically the entire bottom half is completely windowing, and then the top half, like, it's just, there's nothing. Even when I scrape the sides, nothing comes out. Usually when I have to reapply like 3 times, I consider a liquid lipstick to be done, but this is double that and I'm still wearing it. So yeah, I could continue to struggle with this for maybe another day or 2, but I'm just gonna call it done today. Even though I love this so much and I can't get it anymore because Atomic Makeup does not sell, they're just basically not a brand anymore. Yeah, I love this, but it's not worth the struggle, and I'm really glad that I was able to actually get my uses out of it. So this is done. And then I also had this in to finish, which is the Danessa Myricks, I don't know what this is called. I got this like a few years ago, but it's a duochrome eyeliner, and this one is in the shade Amethyst, which is like a purple green duochrome eyeliner. So this is with it all the way rolled up. There's maybe like a tiny nub. I'll give you a swatch of it. And now it's officially all the way down. So this is what it looks like. It's like a purple green, like purple olive green shift. I ended up not even really liking much of the shift anyway because the colors, just even though I like those colors individually, they did not really go together in an eyeliner, like for me and what I like. But you couldn't even really see the shift anyway. So I ended up working out. I used this took me like, again, a month to get through. There was not much product in here at all. So it was like, even if I did like it, it's not even really worth it to buy it again, because I went through this so quickly and I was literally just using it on my lower lash line. I think I used it as an actual like top lid liner once, and it just, again, it didn't work out because I didn't like the shift. But I went through this very quickly. It did come in handy because I was panning a lot of purple eyeshadow this past month. So I was just using it pretty much every day for that. But yeah, this is all done. I have two primer empties. One is a face primer, one is an eyeshadow primer. So this Milani eyeshadow primer has basically been like, I don't know, I've been struggling to get product out of this for almost a month now. I can still technically get product out of it. Like, if I really squeeze it, I can get some out, but I'm pretty sure I only have a few more days in here. So even though technically it is the beginning of July now, I'm just gonna count it in my Q1 empties because like I'm not gonna keep this packaging for another 3 months. I'm just not. But of course I already have a backup of that waiting. And then for my face primer, this is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer Prime on the Go, which is just the mini of the travel size face primer. No, it is a mini of the poreless face primer. There we go. Which is a primer that I really like from e.l.f. because I absolutely need a pore filling primer. It's just like not even a question. I have some serious pores and they will show, very much so if I don't use a pore filling primer. So I think I put this in my bag for when I was moving, and then I just was like, I'll just use it until it's done, whatever. So that's exactly what I did, and maybe I would repurchase this size because again, it was nice for travel, but I feel like I already have a full size of this and I have like other smaller ones, so I'm not gonna repurchase it now, but you know, I did like it. And I'll just give you a little swatcheroonie of the Keepsake lipstick just for fun. Even though I'm already wearing it, this is what it looks like. It is so pretty. I'm bummed that, because Atomic Makeup, formerly Lonely Planet, really did make some of my favorite lipsticks like ever, and the formula is so comfortable and nice, but oh well. I have one setting spray empty, and this is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting spray, just the mini. I actually really like this. It was a really nice mister. I heard that some people don't like it because it like the top can get kind of messy. I did not have that problem, but maybe in the full size the component is different. I don't really know, but yeah, I like this. It didn't, again, I always say this about setting spray, like I don't ever really notice, no matter what setting spray I use, or like finishing spray, anything like that, I don't really notice a difference in longevity. But I do like this just to feel like my makeup is done, and maybe not this one specifically because I don't think it's, yeah, this is a setting spray, not a finishing spray, but I do like finishing sprays sometimes just to like cut down on the powdery effect and help kind of like meld all my makeup together. But I don't know, I just like having a setting or finishing spray because it makes me feel better about my makeup. I finished a mini of the One Size Fantasize mascara, and it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure this was just the black shade. I don't really know what it's called, but yeah, I got this as a free gift with purchase. I finished this a while ago. I did like it, but it definitely won't be a repurchase because like I'm not about to buy a high-end mascara unless it is life-changing, and I don't think I will ever need to buy another mascara because I'm constantly getting mascara samples, just pretty much like every time there's a goodie bag from like either Sephora or Ulta, especially Ulta, or just like if I make a purchase from a brand website, I feel like I always get mascara, and I'm just trying to like catch up and get through the samples that I have. The only mascara that I ever need to buy is brown mascara, and I can get that at the drugstore. Then I have this little Maybelline Express Brow Fast Sculpt. I don't know, I feel like it's called different things. This is in the shade, this is the one I always get, but what's the shade? Oh, deep brown. Yeah, I've gone through many tubes of this. I have another tube already open. I used this today, So like technically I could still get product out of this, but I've been like refilling this with my e.l.f. clear brow gel because even though there's still pigment in this, it's just dry as a bone. So I'm just gonna let this rest and move on to my other fresh one. But yeah, this is just a constant repurchase for me. I realized I forgot to put this in my most repurchased beauty products. So just so you know, in case you watched that video and you're like, what about Brow Fast Sculpt? This as well. I've gone through many tubes of this. I have 2 lip empties and you would have already seen these, so not a spoiler. But this first one it was in my problem area project pan. It's the L'Oreal Color Reach lipstick in the shade Le Wood Nonchalant. There's a swatch of it. It's kind of just like a brownie pink, but it does stain, so I didn't like using it on my lips. I liked using it as a blush because I love the color and it's a matte cream and I prefer matte products that kind of dry down instead of balmy oily products. So I ended up using this up as a blush for like the last month of its life with me. I did like it, but I definitely won't repurchase it. One, because I don't support L'Oreal anymore. I have more than enough cream blush. I don't need to be buying this when I have so many others. And then this is just like a dupe for the MAC lipstick in Whirl, which I already own. Then I have this e.l.f. Sheer Slick lipstick in the shade Black Cherry, which is again another dupe for the Black Honey shade from Clinique. And this is what it looks like. It was on my 5 4 3 2 1 project, but it's all done. I finished it maybe 2 months ago now. I can't even remember. And I would repurchase this if I didn't already own Black Honey, which I got in like a Sephora favorites pack. So I do like this, but I already have another one. And then finally, which is probably the most surprising empty of the quarter, and this is a spoiler by the way, so come back in a few days if you don't want my future updates to be spoiled. But I did finish my concealer. This is the LYS Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer in the shade TG1. This has been in my year-long project pan, of course, since the beginning of the year. And when I rolled it in, I was like, this is probably going to be done in a month, 2 months max, just like my foundation. I said the same thing about the foundation, but I was actually able to finish the foundation a few months ago, and this was just hanging on. Even though I had used it pretty regularly, it had windowing when I rolled it in. For some reason, it just kept kicking. So I finally got to the point, I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago, I realized when I took the doe foot out, there was only enough product on the doe foot for one eye, and that had never happened before. I always had plenty of product for both eyes, but the wand just kept getting a little bit more dry every time I used it, and I was making sure to use it regularly because I was kind of only using it on the weekends to save time before work. But technically I can probably still get a day or two more out of this, but I can guarantee that by the time I film my 25 and 2025 update, which will probably be in a few days, yeah, this will be done because it is like dry. And I have another concealer that is my actual summer shade just waiting for me to use it, so I don't want to waste any more time just like messing with this and trying to make it work. I'm so glad to soon be done with this. I might repurchase this in the future. I do like the formula and the shade, but I've also been kind of just wanting to try I really liked the mini that I had of the Laura Mercier concealer, the like new, I can't remember what it's called, but her new concealer. And then I've also wanted to try the NARS concealer because I keep hearing like everyone I know who wears makeup says that's one of their favorites. So if I ever make like an LYS purchase, maybe I would repurchase this, but for now I think I want to try some other things and then come back to this. But that's all the empties I have for quarter 2. It was only 11 products, which I feel like in, last year I could have gone through 11 makeup products in 1 month, but again, I don't really have any except for that mascara and the setting spray, but I bought that setting spray this year anyway. I didn't really start the year with any minis other than mascara. So yeah, it's been a little bit more of a struggle getting through my full-size products, but yeah, like I'm wearing makeup pretty much every day, so it's not like I could wear more makeup. Hopefully next quarter I'll have more makeup empties. Hopefully I'll be finishing up some of my long haul items, but yeah, that's all I have for this video. I'll just see you in my next one, and until then, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye.